देना वहां से।
हाँ कर दूंगी मैं।
अभी ये आवाज किसने दिया?
वेरी एक्साइटिंग, माय गॉड, लाइफ इतनी एक्साइटिंग हुई नहीं है मेरी बहुत समय से। If everybody can mute themselves, thank you.
Okay, deep breaths.
Yeah, I know, I'm doing that.
No harm done, no harm done, don't worry.
Yeah. Come on. Okay, so let's restart the session. So we are restarting the session on re-looking at fasting from another point of view. This session is called Fasting and Feasting and Faith. And the reason why we're doing this session is because for some time now, it has been a season of fasting with one faith or the other talking about fasting. And that brought to my mind this question that fasting seems to be so universal across faiths. And therefore, there must be something more to it than just faith. And so we thought that Anu Kalra, with a double N, would be the right person to take us through this whole code of fasting. And I've also been doing a lot of reading on fasting, sorry, look at me talking about fasting now. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading on fasting as well, and I've discovered a lot of very interesting facets with respect to fasting. And it is mind-boggling how similar the theory is across the faiths. So I will begin by putting it into Anu's jholi and saying, Anu, please tell us and take us through this whole concept of fasting across faiths.
Okay. So, hi everybody. Normally I do a Guru Vandana for all my sessions. And if everybody is okay with it, I could do that even now. But किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है अगर मैं कर लूं?
करो करो।
ठीक, ग्रेट। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। So just as the role of sound in our lives has been recognized by every religion, you have hymns, you have mantra, you have shlok, you have ayats, you have the azan. Every religion has understood that sound plays a very important role in our life. And with their own understanding, they have created a set of principles which are the guiding principles for people belonging to that faith. So similarly, people have also recognized food and the role that it plays in everybody's life. So much so that in Sanatan Dharma, the physical body is known as the Annamaya Kosh. Anna, the food body. Anna se bana hua kosh. Just there are different kosh. There are Pranmaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vijnanmaya Kosh, Anandamaya Kosh. Right? So each sheath, each layer of the being is made of different elements. And this is the food body. And this body is made of the food that we eat. Whatever we ingest is what gets transformed into energy. We know that at the physical level. But one thing that all faiths have also said is we are not just these physical bodies. हम सिर्फ शरीर नहीं है. इसके ऊपर किसी को कोई, I mean, nobody has anything against it. You may belong to different faiths. You may have an issue with certain principles in one or the other. But the bottom line everybody says is, okay, we are more. There is more to this than this body. कोई इसको सोल बुलाता है, उसको आत्मा बुलाता है, कोई रूह बुलाता है. Some believe in multiple births, some do not believe in multiple births. But either ways, nobody denies that there is more to us than being this body. But the effect of what is consumed by this body will affect every other aspect of our lives. Is that so or not? Have you noticed if you've eaten a heavy meal, you haven't slept as well? And anybody who's unhappy, have you seen that they are not able to enjoy food either? If they're unwell, appetite is lost. One of the...
My dad glazed my face with cum. Fertilize a baby.
Okay. So one of the ways to understand if a person is well or not is whether they have regained their appetite. You remember when Amitabh Bachchan abhi बीमार हुआ था, तो न्यूज आ रही थी अबाउट उन्होंने अपने आप से शिट किया, उन्होंने खिचड़ी खाई, एंड पीपल वर सेइंग ये देखो मीडिया को कोई और काम नहीं है. बट द पॉइंट इज, अगर किसी की तबीयत खराब है और वो तबीयत ठीक हो रही है, what is it that we will know? How will we know that the person is getting well? The person regaining their appetite is a very important aspect about their getting well. A person enjoying their meal is an aspect about the person feeling good about themselves, right? So we have life is lived on these two extremes. There is one which is suppression and there is one which is indulgence. And each of us has a balance somewhere within this bandwidth. And depending on where we are, we need to either fast or to feast. That is the bottom line. अब उसको faith की तरफ से कर लो या उसको science की तरफ से कर लो approach, it doesn't matter. We have to do what we relate to the most. For example, now Navratras, right? There are people depending on whether they are fasting for inner transformation, or this is the period when they will enjoy their life by going for Garba. What is it that they need more in their lives? Do they need to slow down or do they need to increase their pace, right? So the understanding is that manifest life is made of these attributes called Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic is our understanding as per Sanatan Dharma, which is ke aapke andar energy hai, aapke andar the Rajasic energy is what makes you wake up in the morning, the Tamasic energy is what puts you to sleep at night, and the Sattvic energy is what makes you capable of thinking about somebody other than your physical self. So when the Sattvic energy rises, the compassion increases. Your ability to include more and more and more people in your life kind of goes up. Your capacity for that grows, right? Now, Sattvic अपने आप से नहीं बढ़ पाता है. जो human life है, it is a certain ratio of Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. So this is very interesting anecdote about Sri Ramakrishna Paramhans that उनके जो कुक थे, हेल्पर थे, he used to say, सारे लोग इनको गुरु 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 बोलते हैं, मतलब इतने बड़ा आदमी समझते हैं, मुझसे पूछो हर वक्त कभी कचौड़ी बना दे, कभी समोसा तल दे, कभी लुच्ची उतार दे, what is this? So he said कि मैं शरीर में हूँ, मुझे शरीर में रोक के रखने के लिए कुछ तो चाहिए. जिस दिन मैं खाने में इंटरेस्ट लूज कर दूंगा ना, समझ जाना मेरा शरीर छोड़ के जाने का टाइम आ गया. So and actually that is what happened. When he stopped eating, this cook actually came running and told Sharda Ma, he stopped eating. He's going to go now. Whether it was Sharda Ma or somebody else, he came and told this person, इन्होंने मुझे कहा था कि जब खाना बंद कर देंगे तो इनका जाने का टाइम आ गया होगा. So this is one understanding of food from the spiritual level, that interest in food is a very important aspect of staying connected with the human body. Let's see another aspect, which is from a story from Mahabharata. Okay. So in Mahabharata, people who know about the story, Bhishma Pitama had this Ichha Mrityu ka Vardhan, right? He could die at will. He will choose the time when he dies. So he was still, because he was committed, उन्होंने वो भीष्म पितामह वाली प्रतिज्ञा कर रखी थी कि जब तक हस्तिनापुर सेफ नहीं है, तब तक मैं शरीर नहीं त्यागूंगा. So he could not leave his body till the end of the war. तो वो बाण की शैया के ऊपर अर्जुन actually put so many bans in him that he's lying on a bed of arrows, right? He's lying on that and he's been bleeding away. And when the war is getting over, everybody comes to meet him. So Draupadi also comes to meet him. And he's giving pravachan on dharma. When he's giving pravachan on dharma, Draupadi kind of sniggers a little, you know, softly. So he's taken aback. Putra Vadhu is tarah se baat kar rahi hai, you know, daughter-in-law's laughing at you. What is wrong? So he asks her, what happened? She says, no, let it be. He says, no, please tell me, what is it? What is it that made you behave like this? So she says that आप धर्म की बात कर रहे हैं पितामह. जब मेरा चीरहरण हो रहा था, तब आपको धर्म क्या है, धार्मिक क्या है, समझ में नहीं आया था क्या? So then he says something. He says, तब मैं दुर्योधन का नमक खाता था. मेरे खून में दुर्योधन का नमक था. और क्योंकि दुर्योधन जैसा है और उसका मैं नमक खाता था, मैं वैसा हो गया था. अब मेरा सारा खून बह गया है. Now that नमक that I had had दुर्योधन का, वो मेरे खून से निकल गया है. क्योंकि मेरा खून निकल गया है मेरे शरीर से. तो अब मुझे धर्म की समझ आ रही है. See what a powerful understanding that what we ingest, not just in terms of the quality of the food, but the source from which it is coming is going to have an impact on our lives. Once we have this understanding, it may not be very important for a lot of people at various places, but people who are more sensitive. You know, have you noticed there are these older people in the family who refuse to go. कुछ लोगों के घर खाने पे जाने से मना करते, नहीं मैं वहां नहीं जाऊंगा, मुझे वहां का खाना हजम नहीं होता. आपके लिए खिचड़ी बना देंगे. बोले नहीं, it's not about खिचड़ी, मुझे उनके घर का खाना हजम नहीं होता. Because there is some sensitization that has happened that उस घर का खाना उनको सूट नहीं करता, because they have become very receptive to the energies in that place. So that is the point I'm coming to, that this understanding of food and partaking or refraining from partaking is a very important aspect of our growth at the mental, emotional, and spiritual level. It's not just about physical. At the physical level, of course, there is great understanding in every religion. Because fasting, अभी आप देखो, somebody is not well, naturopathy वाले क्या करेंगे? उनको fast पे डाल देंगे. Because the body knows how to heal itself. The body has all the information and the attributes necessary to be able to heal itself. We just have to वो ज़बान पे रोक करके, we have to allow that body to heal by going light for some time. So that is where the understanding of fasting comes from. And the best thing is, अभी आप देखो, बचपन में माँ ने रोज खाना, रात को ब्रश कराना सिखाया है ना. हम सब ब्रश करते रात में. और क्या बोला? ब्रश करने, अब ब्रश कर लिया, इसके बाद खाना मत खाना, अब कुछ खाना मत, कोई चॉकलेट लेके आए, एक बाइट, बिल्कुल नहीं. ब्रश कर लिया, अब नहीं खाना खाना है, अब कुछ नहीं खाना है, एक बाइट भी नहीं खाना है. A child doesn't know why, but because a child trusts the mother, the child follows the instructions, and without understanding why it is good or why it is bad, with that faith, and till the point that the intelligence of the child has, come to that level that the child can understand. If the person has just followed it, the child has just followed the mother's instructions, the person will have better oral health in life. Is that the case or not? So that is the role of faith. Faith से मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपको faith खाली religion में होना चाहिए. आप किसी डॉक्टर के पास भी जाते हैं, आप किसी डाइटिशियन के पास जाते हैं, तो आपको faith होना चाहिए ना उसमें. तभी आप उसकी डाइट फॉलो करेंगे ना. तभी आप इतने सारे गूगल पे उनके रिव्यूज पढ़ के तब जाते हैं ना. प्रैक्टो पे किसी डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, रिव्यूज पढ़ के जाते हैं ना. What is this entire business? It is about developing faith for the person who you are allowing to guide us on a subject that is their domain. Right? So this system of fasting has existed in every religion, whether it is Lent for Christians, whether it is Rosas for Muslims, whether it is Navratra, Ekadashi, Guruvar ka fast, Mata ka fast, Shukravar ka fast. There are various options in Sanatan Dharma, or Yom Kippur for Jews. So these have existed in almost every religion. Why have they existed? Because what is religion? Let's just understand this. What really is religion? So there is somebody who has followed a certain way of life and discovered something that is indescribable. That is what the spiritual quest is, to get to know one's own reality, to get to know, you can call it God, you can call it cosmos, you can call it universal force, you can call it Brahman. It doesn't matter, whatever you call it. But there is something, and these people, these people who have arrived at some information, something, they have discovered that there is a space one can inhabit where there is no stress. There is the beauty of life to be enjoyed without the associated stress. There is an understanding which is so deep, but they can't communicate it with somebody else. It's like, अगर आपने स्विमिंग नहीं की है तो कोई आपको सिखा नहीं सकता कि वो फीलिंग कैसे होती है. तो इसी तरह जो स्पिरिचुअल लोग जो रियलाइज हो गए हैं, they have experienced something which is beyond description, and therefore what they have done is, but their joy is so great that they want to share. You know, it's something as simple as when you give up smoking, you want to share with people how you gave up smoking, because you feel you're breathing better, you're feeling lighter, you're enjoying food more because your taste buds are back. So you feel like telling everybody how, see, I gave up smoking like this, tum bhi chhod do, ye karoge to tumhari chut jayegi. So these enlightened people who have existed over eons, when they have found something which is undescribable, what they have done is they have described the steps that they took to arrive at that. And that has become religion. Now, the point is, it's not just a point. The problem is that no two people are the same. किसी की ऊर्जा भक्ति की तरफ जाती है, किसी की ऊर्जा विचार की तरफ जाती है. You know, somebody's energy moves towards inquiring, wanting to know facts. Somebody is a very emotional person. That person gets invested emotionally in something, and that is how that person relates to the world. Another person, I mean, something as simple as, you know, getting a new phone or getting a new laptop. Some people will switch it on and start working with it, calling out their son and asking for help. Somebody will go on Google and find out, read everything about it, read all the whatever material has come along with it, read it up, and only then start using it. So if you look at the learning style inventories, you know, somebody's approach of learning is kinesthetic, somebody's is audio, somebody's visual. So similarly, we all operate in different ways. What happens is, when we are not able to find resonance, if we are, for example, born in a certain environment where there are certain practices that are followed as tradition, because somebody up the line somewhere had laid out these particular steps to discover their ultimate being. The people there didn't really understand much, but they kept following. It's like, माँ ने कहा था तो ब्रश करते गए. अब वो ब्रश करते 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 मसूड़े छिल गए हैं, खून निकल रहा है, पर नहीं, माँ ने बोला था ब्रश करना तो छोड़ा नहीं. So when we find ourselves in such situations where we do not resonate with the systems that have been followed, that have been,
how would you once in a way throw something on the group and ask, because people do hesitate still.
Okay, I think she unmuted by mistake. Anyway. So sorry, I lost I lost track of what I was talking.
Chain of thought टूट गया ना, पता है क्यों? क्योंकि मैं बीच में एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाह रही थी, इसीलिए ऐसे क्या circumstantially.
ठीक है, बिल्कुल आप पूछिए.
When I was doing a lot of reading on fasting, you know, because forever I have questioned, and what you're saying is making sense, because I think there have to be steps to getting to where you feel you want to go. And if in those steps, there is a whole concept of giving up something, which is what fasting is all about, giving up something, then that would become a step for you to get to some place which somebody is prescribed. Now, one of the things that I read up when I was doing this reading on fasting per se, and why it is sort of put out by the faiths over there, there are actually communities in New Zealand which practice fasting as a rites of passage.
Yeah.
When a young boy becomes a young boy, or when a girl becomes a young girl and is stepping into puberty and youth, they have fasting as rites of passage. And in some faiths, you have fasting when people want to attain a certain level of spirituality, because they feel that the weight that food gives you sort of pulls them down, you know. And so one of the things that stood out for me very clearly was fasting as a way of binding a community. You know, when a whole community fasts together, then I think it's also very encouraging, because एक भूखा बेचारा इंसान किसी के घर जाएगा जो भरपेट खाना खा रहा है, तो मन में कहीं तो होगी ना वो ख्याल, कहीं तो आएगा उनको कि मतलब तुम खा रहे हो मैं नहीं खा रहा. So I guess when a whole community which is walking in some direction together, whatever you may call it, faith or religion or whatever, when I think a whole community is fasting together, maybe it bolsters each other's energies and abilities to do that.
Absolutely. Because if you notice, I mean, some people, I don't know if there are any people here, I think Vatsala is here, I don't know if she remembers this discussion. We had a meditation, combined meditation, and one person said that I feel somehow that when I meditate in the group, I feel better about meditation. So because the combined energy will always have that effect. No, there's a multiplier effect that happens with the combined energy. I remember when my son had jaundice at home, none of us were eating masale wala khala in front of him, because it's actually very demotivating for the person who can't eat, no? So it's, if you do it as a community, so the Jews do that. The Sabbath, they all get together. So Sabbath, in fact, Shabbat is more about eating something and doing some prayers and not doing work. You know, very important aspect of Shabbat is that it has been ordained that the man has to please the woman sexually. That has been written in the book. So that is the level of detailing that has been done about not only what, so it's not just fasting and feasting is not just with respect to food. So there is a time for celibacy and there is a time for honeymoon. There is a time for charity and there is a time for shopping. So charity is also like fasting. You don't partake of something that you have spent on, but you instead give it to somebody else. So that's a kind of fasting. And if you notice, most, I can't say about all, but most of what I have seen, the rituals are a combination, a balancing of fasting and feasting. So somewhere there would be a fasting in food and simultaneously you will be allowed, you know, what you say, phal shruti. At the end, you will be allowed to get, you will be promised something which will make you happy. So it's like the carrot and stick approach. कि ये करोगे तो ये मिलेगा, ये नहीं करोगे तो ये मिलेगा, right? पिटाई होगी या stick से या carrot मिलेगी. The carrot and stick. So that has been used very, very effectively by all the religions. You know, it's like, yeah, controlling your desires, right, Parul? So it is, and not just desires, controlling your mental tendencies, controlling your physical requirements. So it's about coming to a balance. It's, क्या होता है ना, पेंडुलम जब एक तरफ स्विंग करता है वो वापस सेंटर में आके नहीं रुक पाता है. And our ancestors realized that. So they have to allow it to swing to the other side so that it can come more and more towards the center. When you start insisting on कि मैं center से ही शुरू करूं, भैया human traits तो हैं, human short feelings तो हैं अपने में, अभी क्या करें, इनको लेके कहाँ जाएं? So we need to find the systems which help us find our center. So it can be a combination of various practices, and it can be a combination of fasting and feasting. One of the most beautiful things that I read was one of about fasting and feasting was that once you have restrained yourself, see, when you stop eating, the idea of रोजे, इतने लंबे रोजे जो रखे जाते हैं, जब इतना लंबे टाइम तक आप नहीं खाते हैं, एक तो सबसे पहली बात, you develop empathy for the person who does not get enough to eat. And nobody can take that away from you. किसी को जितना मर्जी कहते रहो, पर जब उसने जब पेट में भूख रियलाइज की है ना, उसके बाद वो भूलेगा नहीं. उसके बाद उसके अंदर नेचुरल एम्पैथी, उसको जितना मर्जी मॉरल टॉक आप देते रहो कि अरे भूखे को खिलाना चाहिए, भूखे को खिलाना चाहिए, नहीं समझ में आता. जब खुद भूखे रहते हैं, एक तो अपनी एबिलिटी to deal with it becomes better, especially if you want to be on the spiritual path, then you have to understand more about balance and restraint. And even if you're not in the spiritual path, life का किसी चीज में कोई भरोसा होता है क्या? अभी ये पैंडेमिक ने तो हम सबको सिखा दिया कि भैया हमारी औकात है क्या? Right? We really don't know what will happen when. Nobody can take any guarantees. So it is a good thing to have restraint, no? So I mean, look at the kind of training people get for when they do commando training. It is because they have put their own life in peril. There is so much respect for the life of another person, and that is why they are able to go and save people. So it's like a training ground. That is one. So empathy. The second is the immense sense of gratitude for what you have. Because when you stay without it, when you stay without the joys of, मौन भी तो एक व्रत है. जब मौन रहोगे तो फिर you will respect the fact that you can speak and you can communicate and you can tell people how you're feeling so much more, no? And this is just one aspect. The other is when you get quiet, then you can listen to the inner needs. You can pay attention to the inner world. वो शोर में नहीं सुनाई देता है, वो साइलेंस में ही सुनाई देता है. तो वो मौन भी एक व्रत है. So fasting is not just from food, it is from all kind of sensual pleasures, as Parul was talking about. So you have a question again, so please, I will stop you to ask.
No, I was saying, I just wanted to, I'm sorry, I wanted to come in at that point and say, हमने fasting को interpret कर लिया है as keep staying away from food. But actually, if you look at the whole concept of fasting, the way it's practiced across the faiths, at the time that they tell you to fast in terms of food, they also tell you to fast in terms of a lot of other behaviors and practices and activities also. So actually it is about, it's like, even in biology, there is a point where you have to come and conserve all your energies, where you're not supposed to expend energies in everything. And maybe fasting is like that, कि सब कुछ conserve कर लो अपने आप को, बिल्कुल समेट लो अपने अंदर, कोई भी ऐसी वाली एक्टिविटी मत करो जिसमें expend हो. Maybe that is what fasting is all about.
आप ये देखो, रात को आप अगर भारी खाना खा लेते हो तो वो रात को नींद ठीक से नहीं आती है. तो अगर आपका spiritual development में आपका interest है, so Aditi has to leave. Okay, Aditi, thanks for being here. Bye-bye. So if you are interested in spiritual evolution and you want to do meditation, you think what you eat will not affect how your meditation experience is going to be? And Mano, what I was sharing with you is when you fast for yes, Amrita, fasting would imply restraint. So like I said, suppression and indulgence ke beech mein finding your balance. So whether you need to restrain or do you need to let go. That is what the entire thing is. Fasting and feasting ka balance, each one has to find in our own lives. So when you stay hungry and you basically stop letting the flesh be your master, but you become the master of your flesh. You are not dictated by the needs of the body, but since, like we discussed in the beginning, all faiths accept that we are not just this body. So that reality which we are is above the body. It is not about the body in the zaban and the stomach controls us, but we control them. That is the eventual goal that we try to arrive at from a spiritual understanding of what is fasting and feasting for, to find that balance where, and you can't become life negating either. See, what will happen is if everybody only keeps fasting, there is this beauty in this world which it deserves to be enjoyed. And if your capacity for enjoyment completely gets depleted, what is the point of this beautiful world? So that is why there is fasting and feasting, both are important. But the most important thing is when you have fasted for a prolonged period of time, and in that fasting, you have mastered the body, you have mastered your mental tendencies, and in that charity that you've done, in that sharing that you've done, it has opened up this source of joy inside you. And that joyousness itself becomes feasting. Then that feasting does not involve having to eat something special. Then you know how it is when we've been traveling a lot and you're coming back home and you call up and say कि मेरे को मूंग की दाल और रोटी चाहिए खाने को, वो हींग और जीरे का छौंक, and that's it, और कुछ नहीं खाना है. Because what has happened is through your travels you have developed so much respect for those flavors. You've become, there is something in you which now wants to go back to that sobriety that was a part of your life, right? So that itself becomes the feast. Now you don't need to have pakwan for feasting. When you have been through a certain kind of an experience, you find in yourself the joy of the little things in life. Abhi aajkal ho raha hai na, the fact that we can talk to each other and see each other on Zoom is giving us so much joy, because life made us, earlier everybody was going out when they wanted to. Where was this appreciation for being able to see a friend's face and smile at each other? We've rediscovered it, no? We've rediscovered the importance of human relationships. Ek fast hua from being able to meet. As a result, being able to meet on Zoom became a feast for us. You get what I'm saying? Please kuch bolo saath mein logo. मैं अपने आप से बोलती जा रही हूँ.
So do faiths also give us, they give us prescriptives for fasting?
Oh yes.
Do faiths also give us prescriptives for feasting?
Yes, they do. Every faith does. And even there is such a beautiful understanding. You see, Ganeshi, we recently had Ganesha, right? Ganesha days went past, and everybody knows Ganesh ji loves modak, Ganesh ji loves modak. So Ganesh ji, what Ganesh ji loves modak, जिस श्लोक में है, उसमें साथ में ये भी बताया गया कि Ganesh ji loves jamun. And Ganesh ji loves wood apple. Because anybody who eats a lot of modak, there's a possibility कि उससे उसकी शुगर बढ़ेगी ना. तो जिसकी शुगर बढ़ रही है उसको क्या खाना चाहिए? जामुन खाना चाहिए. तो देखो फीस्टिंग में भी प्रिस्क्राइब किया है. अब अभी छठ आएगी आफ्टर दिवाली, तो उसमें ठेकुआ बनेगा. बिहारियों के घर में ठेकुआ में आपको पता है काली मिर्च डलती है साथ में अंदर, क्योंकि इतना मीठा खाओगे, इतने देर तक भूखे रहोगे, अंदर बादी वाई बढ़ जाती है. Because people fast, it's a very long fast. Chhat ka fast is a very long and very severe penance. तो उसमें जो ठेकुआ बनता है उसमें काली मिर्च डलती है साथ में, बिकॉज वात पित्त कफ है जो हमारा, उसका इम्बैलेंस हो जाएगा ना इतना लंबा भूखा रहने में. तो उसके बाद जो खाया जाएगा उसमें क्या पड़ना चाहिए वो ट्रेडिशन ने बताया है, उसी हिसाब से बनता है, राइट? एंड so I had a iftar party at my place last year, because a friend of mine I used to keep having, Ritu would remember, I used to keep having a lot of events at my place. Kabhi Hanuman Jayanti pe Sundarkand ka paath ho raha hai, and kabhi kuch. So, but I don't have friends, I don't have only Hindu friends, no, I have Muslim friends also. So there are those friends who don't come to those events, and I wanted to do something. So I had an iftar party at my place. So मेरे जो Hindu friends है वो तो सारे बड़े खुश हो गए कि मिलेगा, बिरयानी मिलेगी अन्नू के घर पे. But my Muslim friend who was doing the rozas, he has turned vegetarian, because after going through the spiritual practices that he's been going for such a long time, and especially during the rozas, he's unable to eat non-veg anymore, because his body has become so light that he cannot handle that. And I have felt it myself that, because of the way dairy farming is being done, I'm unable to drink milk anymore. However, if I get ghee from particular sources which are now non-violent sources, where they have hill grazing cows and where they take care of the cows properly. So if I get ghee from those sources, वो मुझे सूट करता है, पर दूसरों का नहीं सूट करता है. तो body, if we start listening to our body, our body will never lie. There are people who come and tell me and say, I've been having palpitations and I've been having these panic attacks. So I ask them what is wrong, and they say, नहीं कुछ नहीं, मेरे life में सब ठीक है. I said, दिमाग झूठ बोल सकता है, body झूठ नहीं बोलती. So pay attention to your body, listen to it. But to listen to your palate, there has to be some sensitivity, But if you start eating too much of chilies and too much of masalas, wouldn't the palate get destroyed? The people who are tasters in tea industry and even in the alcohol industry, they have to guide their palate very well. Vinita has left, I think. I remember she and I had run into each other at one of the Master Chef Marco was there at one of those dinners. And a friend of mine who was with me, her daughter is a pastry chef. So she was telling Marco about it. Obviously, you get excited. No? You meet this master chef and your daughter is a pastry chef. You want to share with him. No? So she was sharing with him. And Marco said, oh my God, I cannot, I have stopped doing desserts very long time back because so much sugar that I take, my palate gets destroyed. He cannot cook the other things well if he keeps eating too much sugar, because he has to keep tasting that. So balance, yes, somebody had written here. I'm sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat, but I remember seeing something. Somebody mentioned something about balance. Balance. I'm going to read out something for all of you about balance. This is from the chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagwan says, Nati Shantastu Yogesti na Chaikanta Manashantaha na Chati Swapna Shilasya Jagrato Naiva Cha Arjuna. Hey Arjun, ये योग ना तो बहुत खाने वालों का, ना बिल्कुल ना खाने वालों का, ना बहुत शयन करने का स्वभाव वाले का, और ना सदा जागने वालों का ही सिद्ध होता है. Even something like, and this is the chapter 6 on, does anyone remember what chapter 6 is on? So Brahma Vidya. So even if you go to Vedanta class and if you ask a teacher of Vedanta, what is it that you need? It says moderation in food, moderation in talk, and moderation in sleep. ना तो बहुत ज्यादा सोने वाले का, ना बिल्कुल जो नहीं सो रहे, ना बहुत खाने वाले का, ना जो बिल्कुल नहीं खा रहे. Then he says, दुखों का नाश करने वाला योग तो यथा योग्य आहार विहार करने वाले का, कर्मों में यथा योग्य चेष्टा करने वाले का, और यथा योग्य सोने तथा जागने वाले का ही सिद्ध होता है. So again, it's one size does not fit all, because Gyan Marg is not everybody's marg. Somebody's marg might be devotion. Somebody's might remark, because somebody has a lot of emotional energy, then they will follow the bhakti path. And somebody might need more hat. Somebody might need more gyan, more because that person is vichar wali energy hai uski. So each one of us has to find what works for us. So this Navratra also, like I said, for someone it is a time for restraint. For some people it's a time for celebration. I remember once somebody asked me many years back, I think I was at Jindal Farms, and somebody asked me, तुम्हारे दिल्ली में गरबा वगैरह, पंजाब में गरबा नहीं होता है? I said, नहीं, वहाँ पे नवरात्रि इतना ज़्यादा enjoy नहीं किया जाता. बोले क्यों? I said, जहाँ पे तुम बोल दो नॉनवेज नहीं खा सकते, पैग नहीं मार सकते, तो पंजाबियों को तो वैसे enjoyment खत्म हो गया. They probably are the ones who need more fasting and not feasting. But on the other hand, हाँ बोलो स्मिता बोलो.
मैं देखिए कितनी चुपचाप से सुन रही हूँ आपकी बात. बीच बीच में सवाल आ रहे हैं, इसलिए पूछना पड़ेगा मुझे.
बिल्कुल पूछो ना.
In my reading, there was this thing that really interested me, that actually you can trace fasting back to the time when we were hunter-gatherers. The fact is that when we were hunter-gatherers, there wasn't enough food going around. So when people ran out of food, they fasted. And that in turn made them more able and faster and more agile in going and hunting and gathering the next lot of food. So, it's very interesting that while our faiths tell us that fasting is very important from the, आप अपने शरीर को खाली करेंगे तो ही फिर आप spiritually, will you be able to pursue spirituality. But at the same time, it actually, we can hark back to when we were hunter-gatherers, when we did it for purely very logical reasons like khana nahi hai ab, and you have to be fast and agile, and that you can only be when you don't eat that much as to be bogged down by it.
So it's not just that, even scientifically now it's been shown, now when you have the autophagy sets in after so many hours, and therefore what it does is the healthy cells, if you're fasting, the healthy cells will consume the unhealthy cells and the diseased cells in the body. And in the process, the body's health is restored. So we have this Ekadashi fast, which starts one day, so today, in case today is Ekadashi, then the previous dinner is not eaten and the fast is broken on the next day. So it's about 36 hours of fasting. So even in Jews, the Yom Kippur, it's 25 hours of fasting. So they have, look at Jains, they have the Ekashana where they have only one meal throughout the day. So the important thing is that, jaise जीवन में हर चीज में स्थान काल पात्र होता है ना, और weather. So everything is important in the fasting context also. Something worked for us in Delhi will not work in a cold environment. Something worked for us in a cold environment will not work in Rajasthan, right? So there is even the Navratras. I mean, most people know there is this kuttu ka atta and there is singhade ka atta. Now kuttu ka atta hota hai जिससे बकवीट का आटा, उसमें गर्मी होती है, उससे गर्मी आती है. सिंघाड़े का आटा होता है, वो ठंडा होता है, उससे ठंडक आती है. तो जब वेदर चेंज हो रहा है, and depending on one's own pravriti, whether you're a pitta person or a kapha person or a vata person, which is the atta that you should eat, you have options. Some people mix kuttu and singhada and make it दोनों allowed है. समझो, हमारे ancestors बहुत समझदार थे. ऐसे नहीं बोलते थे एकादशी के व्रत के लिए, ऐसे नहीं बोलते थे कि तुम्हारा जीवन renew हो जाता है. Science is saying that autophagy say you actually get renewed. You can create a completely new physical body by following these fasting for a period of time where autophagy sets in and things get better for you physically. And I was looking at researches, so what we call intermittent fasting or time restricted feeding. Actually intermittent fasting जो normally हम समझते हैं, which basically is time restricted feeding. If you follow that, and they have researches on groups where time restricted was followed and groups who consumed the same amount of calories, but without restrictions about time of how you consume them. If you look at those studies, the people who did time restricted, their markers were much better. So, and weight to byproduct hai fasting ka. Weight loss cannot be the intention. So somebody might need to lose weight to feel better, that is fine. But vanity के लिए कि मुझे पतला होना है और मुझे इस ड्रेस में फिट आना है, उसके बाद मेरे को एसिडिटी हो गई डाइट कर करके, और मेरे मार्कर्स सारे गड़बड़ा गए हैं, क्या फायदा उसका ना? Those are the modern time first world problems. But ठीक है, each to their own. Everybody has a right to, I mean, each person can only decide for themselves what is acceptable to them and what is not. So the understanding of fasting and feasting from a personal level is important to know. Do I need to let myself go more, or do I need to restrain myself more? It could be that in some aspects of my life, I need to let go more, and in some aspects of life, I need to restrain more. And if we have this understanding, so we need to know where we stand. Where am I today? What is my authentic self? And these days ahead from today, the Navratri is a very good time because the entire universal energies are here to support this transformative experience in us. Because just like एक मौसम होता है बीजने का, एक मौसम होता है हार्वेस्ट का, तो ये मौसम शुरू हो गया है कि अगर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन अपने अंदर किसी भी एस्पेक्ट में चाहिए लाइफ का, वो फाइनेंशियल पे है, इमोशनल पे है, फिजिकल पे है, इफ वन कैन अंडरस्टैंड बेटर and through that find and create a ritual for oneself that will support us. It isn't I mean, हमारी उम्र पे, and especially हम तो एल्साज, तो हम लोग वैसे भी I think we are always been a more aware lot than normal, even at a younger age. That those are some of the benefits of having been part of an institution which kind of encouraged original thinking instead of like following the crowd. We all, I shared it earlier also with somebody. Whenever I've come for an Elsa dinner, I love it because the diversity is so beautiful and each person is comfortable there in their own skin. तुमने साड़ी पहनी है, सीधा पल्ला पहना है, शॉर्ट ड्रेस पहनी है, सूट पहना है, गाउन पहना है, किसी को नहीं फर्क पड़ता किसी ने और ने क्या पहना है. Each woman is comfortable in her skin and she stands for what she stands for, being unapologetic for it. That is actually being in the Devi Swaroop, no? Because each person is unique and each person's balance is unique. And we need to keep recalibrating it. That's all. There's very beautiful something I read. Let me just read out from Rumi. He's actually said that he describes the relationship between teacher and student as that between the cook and the chickpea in the pot. Says, you think I'm torturing you? I'm giving you flavor so you can mix with rice and spices and be the lovely vitality of a human being. कभी सोचा खाने के बारे में ऐसा? और अपने जीवन को खाने के साथ कंपेयर किया कि तुमको कुक कर रहा हूं मैं. लाइफ इज एक्चुअली कभी किसी को किसी चीज को हार्ड करना है, कभी किसी चीज को सॉफ्टन करना है. वो एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग एग्जांपल है ना, बॉइलिंग वाटर में अंडा डालो तो सॉफ्ट हो जाता, हार्ड हो जाता है, आलू डालो तो सॉफ्ट हो जाता है, वैसा वाला.
Anu, okay.
Sorry, Parul, you ask, then I'll
No, I was just wanting to look at this aspect of, because hum log believe karte hain, especially these days, when there's this weather change, that it helps the body to adapt to that changing weather if we go light on the food. So it's more seasonal, and it helps you from that point of view. But I was just thinking, with Karwa Chauth as a fast coming, when we start eating so early in the morning, and I think even though we don't eat through the day, by the end of the night, the fasting part of it is more feasting. Becomes more like a social, I think, festival.
So yeah, so there's a comment by Sabina also. How is fasting when you are consuming special foods throughout the day, whereas the rosa is about strict abstinence from food and water for the period of fasting? So there are different kinds of fasts, Sabina. There is fasting which includes this, like there is this Mauni Amavasya. So that fast includes कि सारे दिन बोल भी नहीं सकते. There is and there is Mauni Ekadashi. Then there is Nirjala Ekadashi. So we have such fasts as well. The point is, which is what I said in the beginning, आप थाली खा रहे हो कह के कि मेरा व्रत है, तो फिर आप व्रत नहीं कर रहे हो, आप फीस्ट कर रहे हो. आप उस चीज को पहचानो कि आप बोलोगे कि घर में खिचड़ी मैं नहीं खाऊंगा क्योंकि मेरा फास्ट है, पर मैं वो तली हुई कचौड़ियां और कुट्टू के आटे में बनी हुई कचौड़ियां और वो घी तैरता हुआ कद्दू की सब्जी खाऊंगा क्योंकि मेरा फास्ट है. तो वो तो doesn't make sense. Then we are saying lakir ka fakir without understanding.
Excuse me, can I say something?
Ji Ritu.
I think fasting is more about mind control, basically. Whether it is Nirjala Ekadashi, whether it's Karwa Chauth, whether it's basically it's controlling your mind, distracting it from the senses and withdrawing within to realize your own real self. So probably it's more of a mind control thing,
Guys, I'd like to introduce Ritu. She's my sister, and she's from the GCC chapter. So I'm happy she's joined.
Yeah, joining you from Dubai. So hi everybody.
Yes, I agree.
Lovely talk. Really enjoying it.
I agree with you, Ritu. I wholeheartedly agree with you because we need to understand things in the right context. वो हम लकीर के फकीर बन के we've lost the plot somewhere.
Yes. It's more to withdraw your senses within, control your mind, and realize your true self. You see, there's a lot about fasting and the kind of fasts we have in India. Variety of them. Kabhi pani nahi pina hai, kabhi ann nahi khana hai. So it's basically just controlling your desires, all your senses. So, but I'm really enjoying the talk. Thank you, Anu.
Can I say something? This is Abhilasha.
Hi, Abhilasha, bolo.
So I fast on a regular basis on Mondays, and I don't do it because it's a religious thing. I do it basically for detoxing, and I have joined a group of people who fast. They try to prolong the fast. So we fasted even for 3 days. And fasting meaning no food whatsoever, nothing to spike your insulin. We do the scientific way. So again, what Ritu was saying earlier, it's more about your mental control because you don't feel hungry, but your mouth keeps demanding, I want to eat something, I want to drink something. And that's what I find. And I find Navratri is a bit of a sham because there is a substitute for atta, there's a substitute for vegetables. So basically you're eating throughout the day. You've just changed the cuisine and the articles that you're eating. You're actually not fasting anymore in the present context of Navratri. Like you were saying, autophagy sets in. It sets in after 24 hours of no insulin spike, right? As per the science. So if you're actually renewing yourself, Nav means new. you're renewing yourself. Actually, you're not renewing yourself. You're adding to your insulin load. You're adding to the load that your body is being put, because you're suddenly adding fats, not only carbs, you're also adding fats to the mix. Usually people go low on the fats and high on carbs, but now you're equally high on both accounts. So, I mean, that's somewhere the mindset needs to change, and more scientific understanding needs to bolster what has been said in the past.
You quoted Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord doesn't recommend fasting at all. He just
that is the part I quoted, no?
Yes.
That is the part I quoted.
Yes, you did, correctly so. And he only says, life, you have to just maintain a balance in everything you do. So it doesn't recommend fasting. Even through our Upanishads, there is no text which says you must fast in the Hindu religion. Because I follow Vedanta.
I would disagree slightly there. Again, I'm saying that Bhagavad Gita is not all there is in Hinduism. No, there is Sanatana Dharma also has idol worship, and also has, that is another route to find. So each person is at a different stage.
I agree, but generally not recommended.
That depends, ना? That depends. So जिसको हठ योग की, देखो सारे बच्चों को मिलिट्री स्कूल नहीं भेजा जाता है, कुछ बच्चे वहीं जाके सुधरते हैं.
बिल्कुल, वो भी गलत है.
गलत या सही तो हम कौन बोल सकता है, सब अपनी फितरत अपने यूनिक लेके आए हैं.
Agreed. Yeah. Perfect.
Let me just see if there's anything else. What I find, what even Khalil Gibran says in The Prophet about eating is very nice. Let me just see if there is anything else that I thought I would share, which I haven't. I don't think so. Yeah.
So we are at 6 o'clock. Are there questions that anybody wants to ask Anu, or are there comments that people want to share with all of us? There aren't? Okay. Anu, I wanted to ask you about one more thing. There's something that I read called spiritual fasting. Now, everything that I've read about fasting seems to be spiritual only, because you give up things to be able to focus spiritually. So what is this whole concept of spiritual fasting? I couldn't understand that.
मेरे को तो spiritual और material का difference ही नहीं समझ में आता. एक seamless life है, whole है, parts में थोड़ी ना है. मतलब if you found something spiritually, if you've arrived at something and you found something, and if that hasn't made you more compassionate, hasn't made you, for me, understanding of spirituality is something. There is only one truth, that we are all one. And almost all the saints who have arrived at that have said the same thing. Whether Ramakrishna Paramhams हो जाए, वो Ramana Maharshi हो, वो Nisargadatta Maharaj हो, सबने यही कहा है कि सब one है. We are all the same. Right? Now, there are various ways to get to that feeling of oneness. जब तक वहां नहीं पहुंचे, कम से कम जो otherness है, उसको खत्म करने की कोशिश तो कर ही सकते हैं ना. Right? So that is all I'm saying. Whatever helps you build bridges with people is good. Whatever creates walls, avoidable. Because if we are one and we are moving towards expansion of our consciousness to more and more and more people, then we are on the right path. And whatever we have gained spiritually, if it has not made us more compassionate, more giving, more accommodating, more enabling, then what spiritual? If it hasn't brought more integrity in the person, तो फिर क्या point है? ये मेरी understanding है. हो सकता है किसी और की कुछ और हो. I have no comment. I mean, मुझे किसी से इस बात पे कोई झगड़ा नहीं है. सब अपने, जिसके पैर में दर्द है उसको पता है दर्द क्या होता है, जिसके दिल में दर्द है उसको पता है दर्द क्या होता है. दोनों के दर्द में comparison नहीं हो सकता, दोनों के joy में comparison नहीं हो सकता.
Anu, for that matter, even all the faiths say the same thing. To reach that goal of whatever, whether you call it spirituality or religion or whatever, I mean, you have to reach that one ever, being a good human being, in simple words. So how you do it, through which faith, or spiritually or otherwise, religiously, it's up to you.
Totally agree. I totally agree. Because spirit क्या है? Essence of something. Essence of हमारे human life की essence क्या है? Humanity है. If we don't become better humans, then how does it matter? Then how does anything else matter?
That's true. You see, even जैसे गांधी जी के 3 बंदर हैं, so don't listen to anything bad, don't speak anything bad, don't say anything bad. That can be your total essence of life. You don't need to, because, but you're right, we read so much that sometimes it's very confusing that what is, spiritual and what is religion and what is faith and
religion or spirituality ka to essential difference I shared with you guys, with you all in the beginning. When you go by a prescribed course now, if you don't find resonance with what has been, see, this जो गीता में स्वधर्म की बात की गई है, वो स्वधर्म से क्या मतलब है? वो स्वधर्म से मतलब ये नहीं, it says कि it is better to follow your own dharma not well rather than copy somebody else's dharma. That does not mean कि तुम खराब हिंदू बने रहो पर मुसलमान मत बनना, या खराब मुसलमान बने रहो पर क्रिश्चियन मत बनना. That does not mean. स्वधर्म means स्वभाव. तुम्हारा अपना स्वभाव कैसा है?
वो ये 3 हो गए ना चीजें.
जो तुम्हारा स्वभाव है, जो तुम्हारे अंदर की ऊर्जा कैसे फ्लो कर रही है, किसी और को कॉपी करने की कोशिश मत करो.
बिल्कुल.
हर एक के यूनिक है ना, मतलब किसी के अंदर, and all of us, I was discussing that this भक्ति भाव, भक्ति योग, ज्ञान योग, हठ योग and karma yoga, we all have a certain percentage of each in our lives. किसी का भक्ति भाव ज्यादा होगा, किसी का ज्ञान वाला भाव ज्यादा होगा, किसी का कोई कर्म योगी होगा पूरे, पर कर्म योगी भी पूरे से होगा तो उसके बेस में कहीं पे भक्ति भाव होगा, तभी वो योग हो पाएगा. नहीं तो वो सिर्फ कर्म रह जाएगा, क्योंकि फिर वो खाली उसकी ईगो बढ़ती रहेगी कि देखो मैं कितना काम करता हूँ. और जो हम लोग अभी पैंडेमिक से गुजरे हैं, ये जो हम लोग सारे कर्म योगी जो अपने आप को 30 मार्क खान समझते थे, हीरो समझते थे, बहुत हम्बलिंग एक्सपीरियंस रहा है ना हम सबके लिए ये. तो भक्ति भाव आया ना, कुछ एक वंडर आए ना कि भैया ये यूनिवर्स चलाने वाली कोई इंटेलिजेंस तो है which knows better than me in some ways. Let me try and connect with it and find out. Eventually what is being said is you are that only. Tattvamasi. Your aham brahmasmi, but that's the ultimate. वहां पे जब पहुंचेंगे तब पहुंचेंगे, पर जहां पे हैं वहां से कौन सा रास्ता लेते हैं उसके बारे में तो विवेक इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं ना अपना.
बिल्कुल जी.
Thank you very much, Anu. I don't think anybody else has any questions, any comments.
I think these are all internalizing, everybody is getting into that silent mode and thinking that
yeah. I think
meditative mode.
And also exactly what you've been saying till now, all of us have to interpret whatever fasting and feasting means for us. At the end of the day, if I feel I need to fast in some aspects, I need to abstain from something, and in some aspects I really need to be able to give it more order, then that's for me to decide. And I can only do that when I focus within myself, not without, not outside, not look at you and say, oh, मुझे वो महेश्वरी साड़ी चाहिए एक कट की ब्लाउज के साथ, but look within me and
मिल जाएगी.
वो भी चाहिए.
And also Smita, at my age, I feel बहुत थोड़ी उम्र रह गई है तो फास्टिंग क्या करनी है, फीस्टिंग करो. जितनी उम्र रह गई है
हर एक का हर चीज के लिए एटीट्यूड अलग होता है, right?
My mother always used to say that there is a quota for everything.
Yes.
हर इंसान अपना एक कोटा लिखवा के आता है, and she still says that because कुछ चीजें मैं as a child I used to love which I don't now eat, even in eating or even doing things. There are some things that I used to find very easy to do and I used to enjoy doing as a child, and today I don't want to do that. So my mother always says कि कोटा लिखवा के आते हैं सब लोग, मतलब when she compares all her three children in that, she says सबका कोटा होता है. So it's actually that feasting and fasting or life has to be basically lived in moderation for any.
Also you see our body's intelligence is amazing. बचपन में राजमा बहुत अच्छे लगते थे क्योंकि growth period था तो high protein diet चाहिए, और बचपन में जब माँ घिया खिलाती थी तो गुस्सा आता था, और अब घिया मांग के खाते हैं.
And Rajma doesn't work anymore.
Sorry?
And Rajma doesn't work anymore.
Rajma works differently also. If you want to, pehle tha na, if you had to cover something, you had to cuff. Now when you have to cover a cuff, then you can do something else where Rajma helps there.
There is a question, Anu, which I really
bolo na.
question. What about the present day gender bias with reference especially to fasting? Sangeeta Gupta.
I love this. I love this. In fact, this is a question I had asked. I was with Aghori Baba and I said this कि बाबा ये क्या है, सारे व्रत औरतें रखती हैं आदमियों के लिए, कभी करवा चौथ रख रही हैं हस्बैंड के लिए, कभी बेटे के लिए होली का व्रत रख रही हैं. What is this? आदमी लोगों को कभी व्रत नहीं रखने होते औरतों के लिए. He said नहीं बेटा, नवरात्रे तो होते ही इसलिए है कि आदमी औरतों के लिए रखें. एंड मैंने उसके ऊपर सेशंस किए हैं. यू कैन सी समवेयर, आई कैन शेयर विद यू क्विकली. पहला नवरात्रा होता है धरती माँ के लिए, मदर अर्थ. इसीलिए खेतरी बीजी जाती है. वो धरती का एक हिस्सा मिट्टी को बर्तन में डाल के पूजा घर में लाके से एस्टैब्लिश कर दिया. सेक्रेड है वो. पहला नवरात्रा धरती माँ के लिए, दूसरा नवरात्रा धाई माँ के लिए, द मिडवाइफ. तीसरा नवरात्रा प्रसूति माँ के लिए. प्रसूति माँ इज द जो जापा मेड बोलते हैं ना, जो पहले होता था कि बच्चे को और जच्चा बच्चा को अलग से रख दिया एंड देयर इज वन पर्सन टेकिंग केयर ऑफ हर. दैट वाज क्वारंटाइन फॉर हर बेनिफिट सो दैट इन्फेक्शन वगैरह नहीं हो जाए. And there was this expert woman who would come and carry the khana from the kitchen to that person. The rest of the household could not go in that area. It was not meant to be chua-chooth. It was quarantine. And there used to be a special person. She used to be called, उनको दर्जा माँ का दिया गया था. वो प्रसूति माँ होती थी. चौथा नवरात्रा अपनी माँ के लिए. पांचवा नवरात्रा अपनी बहन के लिए. छठा नवरात्रा अपनी भांजी के लिए. सातवां नवरात्रा अपनी पत्नी के लिए. आठवां नवरात्रा बेटी के लिए और नौवां नवरात्रा नातिन के लिए. तो इसीलिए अष्टमी और नवमी पे कंजक पूजी जाती हैं, क्योंकि जब आपके घर में छोटी बच्ची है और आप नवरात्रा मना रहे हो, आप उनकी प्रेजेंस सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हो, तो आप उनको देवी स्वरूप मान के उनकी पूजा कर रहे हो. उस दिन किसी और की पूजा नहीं करोगे, आप उनकी पूजा करोगे और उनकी पसंद का खाना बनाओगे. छोटे बच्चे को फास्टिंग थोड़ा ना कराओगे, छोटे बच्चे के सेलिब्रेट करोगे तो उसके लिए कंजक. दैट वाज द आइडिया ऑफ कंजक, which is why some families have I'll just finish this. Some families have the rivas of kanjak on Ashtami and some have on Navami, because the person, the male in the household who was fasting, उसकी बेटी छोटी है कि उसकी नातिन छोटी है, उस हिसाब से पूजा होती थी उस छोटी देवी की. इसलिए वो अष्टमी मनाई जाती थी या नवमी पे कंजक होती थी. दैट वाज द आइडिया. और अपनी बेटी को अगर आप उसके लिए स्पेशल खाना बना रहे हो, उसके लिए गिफ्ट्स लेके आ रहे हो, तो उसके फ्रेंड्स को नहीं दोगे, और जो घर में सारे हेल्पर्स हैं उनके बच्चों को नहीं दोगे क्या? दैट इज हाउ द कंजक रिवाज हैड स्टार्टेड. So it is actually meant. So hopefully now that we have this understanding has been coming, we can share this. जिस तरह हम अपनी बेटियों को प्रिपेयर करते हैं कि करवा चौथ रखना होता है, बेटों को प्रिपेयर करो भैया, व्रत रखना होता है. किसके लिए रखोगे? माँ के लिए तो रखवाना शुरू कर लेना चाहिए. Let me see, I'm going to try. I don't think I'm going to succeed, but I'm going to try. Let's see. मैं ये कहूंगी, अच्छा बेटा स्टेक मत खाना इस दिन पे. Let's see if that works. हाँ, sorry रितु, आप कुछ बोल रही थी.
ऐसा मैं भी यही कह रही थी, लेकिन कि traditionally still, while you are saying that these navratras are actually meant for the women in your lives, but still they are women mostly who keep it. There are very few men who fast. So maybe
I know a lot of men who fast, but I don't think they fast from this understanding. They do fast. I know a lot of men who fast.
I also remember my father, घर जब कंजक पूछते थे तो जितनी भी लड़कियां आती थी उनके पैर धोते थे, and the men would do it.
Absolutely. Yes, because they are supposed to be fasting.
Even now some of them do it.
But the men,
even now houses they do.
The woman.
True. My husband fasts all days, and but I wash the feet of the kanjaks. This time I don't know if the kanjaks will come. But and the other part about the food, actually one is supposed to only eat once, and it's supposed to be only fruit. And अब वो सिंघाड़े का आटा बना लिया, वो तो human intellect जो होता है ना, वो उसको justify करते करते it's become a feast. But one is supposed to only have certain vegetables and certain fruits. And once a day only. Even the salt, I think we use the other salt, not the regular.
I think the basic purpose is to just detox yourself,
Yes.
And these days, I think the men are also keeping the fast. Even my husband keeps all the fast. So gender bias, I don't actually agree with that. You know, the youngsters and even the men, they are also fasting, and basically for the detox purpose.
So
more than the religious,
that's
my opinion.
If you tell some, I mean, I have been struggling with my weight. Actually, I didn't struggle, but I have tried once in a while to. I don't struggle much because I don't believe in hinsa. So, वो है ना अष्टांग योग में सत्य अहिंसा, the yams. तो हिंसा तो अपने साथ भी नहीं करनी चाहिए. So it's just pushing the envelope to a certain extent till where it is tolerable, and that increases and enhances your capacity to handle something. So. Sorry, I forgot. I got distracted. Some people left and I kind of got distracted. I forgot what I was sharing. Never mind. Carry on.
Something about Ashtang Yoga and you struggling with.
Yeah. So this ahimsa wala concept जो है ना, so पहले बोलते हैं सत्य अहिंसा अस्तेय परिग्रह ब्रह्मचर्य, और फिर जो नियम आते हैं उसमें जैसे तपस. तो it seems, if you notice, इसमें भी there is supposed to be a balance. एक तरफ से हिंसा नहीं करनी है, दूसरी तरफ से तपस्या भी करनी है. तो इन दोनों का balance होता है. That is basically what defines our lives. कहाँ पे after a while it stops feeling like restraint. That is when you have to push yourself a little more. If you go, for example, if you go to start working out in the gym and somebody is building their body, then the person says कि अच्छा आप तुम 5 किलो वाले वेट्स छोड़ के आप 10 किलो वाले उठाओ. तो 10 किलो वाले जब पहली बार उठाओगे तो दर्द होगा, right? But that is taking the next step. So each one of us this period have to find out where we are and how we can probably move a step forward from this. Yeah, so what has happened is whenever I would try and be on a diet or something, and if I go somewhere and I say I'm dieting, अरे छोड़ना कल से डाइट करना, आज खा ले. But if you say आज मेरा व्रत है, nobody forces you to eat.
Yeah.
So I found my interest in fasting actually started more in this, in this manner. कि अच्छा, let's try this. And there is so much intelligence in the kind of fast also. For example, there is this Thursday ka fast, okay, which is prescribed. अगर किसी को बहुत ज़्यादा गुस्सा आता है तो उसको prescribe किया जाता है कि आप बृहस्पतिवार का व्रत रखो. अब जिसको ज़्यादा गुस्सा आता है, बेसिकली उसका क्या मतलब है कि उसका या तो एस्ट्रोलॉजिकल चार्ट में मार्स में कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा या जुपिटर थोड़ा वीक होगा. वन ऑफ दीज इश्यूज, राइट? तो जुपिटर इज व्हाट? जुपिटर इज द प्लैनेट व्हिच गिव्स यू विजडम, राइट? विजडम की कमी है तो बृहस्पति का गुस्सा तभी आता है ना. अगर विजडम हो तो फिर इतना ज्यादा गुस्सा क्यों आएगा? बिकॉज देन यू विल टेक एक्शन, बट यू विल नॉट throw a tantrum and get angry and all of that, right? So the बृहस्पति का फास्ट, जिसको गुस्सा ज्यादा आता है उसको क्या डिजीज होने की चांसेस है? हाइपरटेंशन, राइट? बृहस्पति वाले फास्ट में क्या होता है? नो सॉल्ट. इट्स अ नो सॉल्ट डे. सारा दिन फ्रूट खाओ और जो एक मील खाते हो उसमें नमक नहीं होता. अब आप देखो,
साइंटिफिक,
हफ्ते में एक व्रत रखा आपने जिसमें आपने नमक नहीं खाया. एक तो आपका नमक का इंटेक उस दिन का तो खत्म हुआ ही, उसके अलावा आपकी कैपेसिटी धीरे धीरे नमक कम खाने की बढ़ती जाएगी, क्योंकि अगले दिन आप ज्यादा नमक वाला खाना नहीं खा पाओगे. धीरे धीरे आपका नमक का इंटेक कम हो जाएगा. सो बहुत इंटेलिजेंस है, जितने भी एंशिएंट प्रैक्टिसेस हैं बहुत इंटेलिजेंस है इनमें. हम लोगों ने इंटरप्रिटेशन समझे बिना जब हम लकीर के फकीर बन जाते हैं तो फिर अलग ही बात है. ठीक है, अब समझ में आ गया, जब जागो तब सवेरा. अब समझ में आ गया तो मैं ये कोशिश करती हूँ कि जब कोई चीज पता लगती है, अगर उसके साथ रेजोनेंस नहीं हुई है तो मैं पहले अंदर ये देखती हूँ ये रेजोनेंस किस कारण से नहीं हुई है. क्या वो इस कारण से नहीं हुई है कि मुझे मुश्किल लग रहा है ये करना? बिकॉज देन इट इज जस्ट लेजीनेस ऑन माई पार्ट. बट इफ दैट रेजोनेंस इज नॉट हैपनिंग बिकॉज आई फाइंड समथिंग स्ट्रक्चरली रॉन्ग or fundamentally wrong in it, then I explore and I try and find out. And if then it makes sense to me and then I accept it. If it doesn't, I reject it, because मुझे डर नहीं लगता कहने में कि मैं ये बात नहीं मानती. उस वहां पे भी फास्टिंग और फीस्टिंग का आ गया है ना. We all have to find our unique balance in every aspect of life, no? What we will accept and what we will reject, wo bhi to, that is also part of finding that vivek, no?
No, thank you. You know what I'm taking away from this session about how, and this is something that I've always believed in, and you have just reinforced that faith, practices, belief, which includes fasting, feasting, praying, everything, is so individual and self and centered on your own self, that you pursue, once you've sort of spent enough time with yourself, you pursue that which is meant for you, what you think you require. So that is what I'm taking away from this session of fasting and feasting. If nobody has any more comments and questions, it's 6:18. I would like to thank Anu from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for this amazing session. We kept going back and forth with each other for reasons you and I know, and had lots of discussions which were very interesting for me personally. So in just preparing for this session, the reading up and the discussions with Anu, it's taken me, it's taken me a step further. So thank you. Everything happened as it's meant to happen. So brilliant session. It was fantastic. I will now look at prescriptives of feasting as well as fasting, because that is also very ordained by geography, climate, weather, availability of resources, depending on where the faith emerged from. So these are very interesting concepts of fasting that we sort of seem to lose out on if you only focus on it as a religious to-do, So thank you very much for widening our horizons and the way we see things. Thank you very much. Thank you, Elsa, for being
Thank you, Anu.
Thank you, Smita.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Anu, for wonderful information.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all the Devis.
Thank you, and looking forward to another session of.
So many new information we got from this session, Anu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anu. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thanks, Anu. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Didn't see you, Vinny.